I wasn't supposed to see it. In fact, if I hadn't been lying awake at 2 in the morning, scrolling mindlessly through Facebook to distract myself from the silence of our empty bed, I probably never would have known. But there it was, my wife's face. Not a still picture. Not an old video. Live. She was laughing, hair falling around her shoulders, wine glass in hand, her cheeks glowing from alcohol or something else. And next to her was a man. Not just any man, but the one she had told me not to worry about. The setup. My wife, Emily, had been married to me for 7 years. We'd been through everything together. Tight finances, the move across states, the miscarriage that nearly broke us. We weren't perfect, but I thought we were solid. When she told me she had a 4-day work trip in Chicago, I believed her. Why wouldn't I? She worked in marketing. Conferences were normal. She kissed me goodbye at the airport, luggage rolling behind her, and promised she'd call when she landed. And she did. A text later that night. Just got to the hotel exhausted. Big day tomorrow. Love you. Simple. Reassuring. Normal. But 2 nights later I couldn't sleep. I'd been restless, missing her, replaying the sound of her laughter in my head. Out of boredom and loneliness, I opened Facebook, started scrolling through random reels. That's when the algorithm decided to shove a live stream into my feed. A stream from a trendy rooftop bar in Chicago. And there she was. Emily. The moment. My chest tightened as if someone had reached inside and twisted my ribs. I tapped the screen to be sure I wasn't hallucinating. The stream zoomed in across the bar, and the camera caught her profile perfectly. Her hand was resting on the chest of the man beside her. David, her coworker. The same coworker she once swore was just a friend. They weren't being subtle. She leaned into him, whispering in his ear, laughing like she used to laugh with me. When he placed his hand on her thigh, I nearly dropped my phone. The comments under the stream were light-hearted. OMG, I want to be at this bar. Chicago vibes. Looks lit. But all I could hear was the roaring in my ears. My wife was supposed to be at her hotel reviewing presentations, not drinking cocktails with another man. Felt sick. Betrayal doesn't hit like a slow ache. It's a knife to the gut, sharp and instant, leaving you gasping for air. I stared at the little comment box under the live feed. My hands trembled. I didn't think, I just wrote. What I wrote. Funny. That's my wife, Emily. She told me she was on a work trip. Guess I know the truth now. I hit send before my brain caught up. The words appeared in the comment feed instantly. For a second I regretted it. But then the camera panned back to Emily and David. Someone must have shown her my comment because her expression changed. She froze. The laughter drained from her face. She scanned the crowd like a hunted animal. Then she looked straight at the camera, as if she knew I was watching. The chat exploded. Wait, what? Bro, is this real? Dude, that's cold. And I sat there, heart pounding, watching my marriage collapse in real time. The fallout. 10 minutes later my phone buzzed. Emily. I didn't answer. She called again. And again. Finally a text. It's not what it looks like. Please pick up. I couldn't bring myself to respond. What could she possibly say? That it was a misunderstanding. That David's hand just accidentally found its way to her thigh. That she was working on some new marketing strategy called Destroying Your Husband Live on social media? At 3 a.m., I shut my phone off and sat in the darkness. Every memory of our life together felt tainted. The vacations, the anniversaries, the nights we held each other through grief, they all blurred under the weight of that image. Her smile, her hand on him, the casual betrayal. The confrontation. She came home 2 days later. The moment she walked through the door, suitcase rolling across the hardwood floor, I felt my stomach churn. She looked tired, guilty, scared. Can we talk? She asked softly. I didn't say anything. I just sat on the couch, arms crossed, watching her fumble with excuses. It wasn't what it looked like. Yes, I was with David, but it wasn't planned. We went out for a drink after the meetings and things. Stop. My voice cracked, but I forced it steady. I saw everything. Don't insult me with lies. Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't sleep with him. That's supposed to make it better. Snap. You lied. You told me you were in your hotel room working. You let me believe you were too busy to call. And instead, you're on a rooftop bar with the guy you swore I didn't have to worry about. I was confused, she whispered. Things have been hard between us. Confused. I laughed bitterly. Confused enough to humiliate me in front of hundreds of strangers online. Do you know how many people saw my comment? My friends messaged me. My coworkers. Everyone knows. She crumpled onto the couch, sobbing. But I felt nothing but a cold emptiness. The spiral. The days after were torture. She begged for forgiveness. She swore it was just innocent flirting, that she'd been drunk, that it meant nothing. But I couldn't shake the image. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her leaning into him, laughing like I didn't exist. Trust isn't something you rebuild with words. It's glass. Once shattered, it cuts every time you try to hold it. I started sleeping in the guest room. Stopped answering her calls during work. I went through the motions of life, but inside I was drowning. One night she cornered me in the kitchen. Do you want a divorce? The word hung in the air, heavy, suffocating. I don't know what I want, I admitted. All I know is I can't live like this. Not with someone who looks me in the eye and lies. The breaking point. A week later I got another message. This time from a stranger on Facebook. Hey man, I don't know you, but I was at that bar in Chicago. Your wife wasn't just drinking with that guy. They left together. Arm in arm. Sorry you had to find out like this. My blood ran cold. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it. She broke down, sobbing, confessing that yes, she went back to his room. That it just happened. That she didn't mean to hurt me. That she still loved me. But love doesn't look like betrayal. Love doesn't sneak out of hotel rooms at dawn, hoping no one finds out. That night I packed a bag. Standing at the doorway with my suitcase, I looked at her one last time. You destroyed us, I said quietly. Not me. Not David. I gave you everything, Emily. My loyalty, my trust, my heart. And you threw it away for a night on a rooftop bar. She reached for me, tears streaming down her face. Please, don't go. We can fix this. But I shook my head. You can't fix what you chose to break. And with that I walked out. It's been 6 months now. The divorce papers are signed. I still catch people whispering sometimes. About the live stream, about my comment that went viral for a few days. I became that guy. The one who called out his wife's affair in real time. Do I regret writing it? Well, it was the truth. And sometimes the truth needs to be seen, even when it hurts. Betrayal doesn't just end a marriage. It changes you. It teaches you how fragile trust is, how quickly love can curdle into lies. But it also teaches you strength. I thought I'd break without her, but here I am, still standing. And next time I won't ignore the red flags. Next time I won't let "don't worry about him" blind me. Because I've learned the hard way. When someone shows you who they are, believe them.